G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here with a quick Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous tutorial video. So of course you've seen the title of this video, so I am going to show you how you may be selecting your class wrong in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. But before we do, I want to say that you should not worry because it's not your fault you're doing this wrong. You can blame Owlcat, the developers of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, since they changed the character creation process that made it very unclear what you're doing. So let's look at the problem. So when you come to the class selection screen, this is what you get. Over here on the left of the screen, we have the list of available classes. Now, you will notice that it displays the options in an expanded tree. So, Alchemist with Surgeon, Grenadier, Incense Synthesizer, Metamorph, Preservationist, and Vivisectionist, etc., etc., etc. And there is summary information here next to it. When we expand any class, you see the summary information about the class, and then when we select an individual, like the Armored Hulk, for example, you see the very specific prerequisites and details, plus a level by level of what the class entails. So what's wrong with this? Well, you can actually select the top level class and click next. You do not have to click a subclass, but it's not made obvious to you because the information that you're shown here at this top level is very different to the specific information that you're shown in each of the subclasses. Unfortunately, the developers didn't do a good job of making this obvious, that you can choose to play as any of these default classes without having to choose a particular subclass. Once we go to next, you see I am now going through my class as per normal. And eventually we'll get to the skills and feats and be able to see more information. Now, just for comparison's sake, let's have a look at the same process in the previous game, Pathfinder Kingmaker. Here you can see that the information about subclasses is not available until you pick a class. And if we pick Barbarian again as an example, the plain Barbarian was the first of the subclasses, and then there were 3 others that you could choose, and at each point you got the full list of all of the changes that you could make, as well as a nice summary over here of the progression of the build. They changed that in Wrath of the Righteous, and unfortunately, I think there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to think that they can select the base class. So, back in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous now, just remember that you can choose this top level item, the base class. You do not have to pick just one of these sub items. If you just want to be a plain Barbarian, Bard, Cavalier, Cleric, Fighter, Hunter, Magus, Monk, Ranger, Rogue, Slayer, Sorcerer, Wizard, whatever, you can just choose the top level item and play that rather than having to play some of the subclasses. The only problem is going to be that you're probably not going to know the full class progression until you pull the details up. So do that. That is what you need to do. right? The very first thing that you need to do is pull up these details and have a look at what is going to be there, and that will give you the difference between the different classes and gives you much more like what you used to have in Pathfinder Kingmaker. I hope this helped you to decide what class you want to build. I really think that Owlcat should change this interface a little bit and make it easier for you to tell that you can use the base class. You don't have to choose a subclass. But anyway, I hope this helps, and I will see you for the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye now.